But how much is it that, because like these is two young kids from Argentina, they're obviously grown up on these courts, these fast environments. So how much like are their success just because it's so fast and they can just play like this?
I mean, for Tino and Leo, I mean, of course, it doesn't get better. Argentina, fast conditions. There are players that play mega aggressive and mega fast. So rallies are actually very short. So circumstances are really on their side. But I don't want to sound like it sounds easy, for them, because it's really difficult what they're doing, and they are chosen, or they are at least in the spotlight to be one of the upcoming generations to be potentially top couples in the world. So that is very difficult.
Yeah.
That is very difficult. But reality is that it's kind of, you put all the constellations together on that one tournament, and they are doing amazing. I mean, you just have to see their matches, so they are cracking the ball to the next level like no other.
It's unbelievable to watch. And it just, is this the new paddle? Is this what it takes? Because it feels like everyone is in shock.
Yeah, I mean, paddle really, it's evolving into that direction, as long as conditions support a little bit this way of playing, support the fast pace, the smashes from, I mean, I don't think, when was the last bandeja that we saw on these two guys? I don't think I've ever seen a bandeja on these two guys, especially from the backhand side. Is impossible, because no matter where the lob goes, there is a bullet, there is a AK-47 shooting a bullet towards the other people. So is this the new paddle? No, I don't believe so, because there are many different circumstances in each of the tournaments for players to play. But the reality is that paddle, little by little, is played more like a fast-paced sport, where it doesn't matter if you're a forehand or a backhand player, everybody's going very aggressive. But realistically, I think that these circumstances for them are the best possible scenario that they can get to play a match. That's the reality.
How much do you think this will affect the 14, 15-year-olds watching?
Well, especially if you're Swedish-based, a lot.
Are you worried?
Yeah. Actually, I was actually talking a couple of weeks ago to Jonas Björkman about this, about what happens when you constantly watch the top players, and you start playing in a way that maybe is not convenient at the age that you are. So this is going to have an impact. Let's not forget that these guys are Argentinian. They have been living and they've been growing in an Argentinian environment. What does this mean? You really have to know how to play paddle in order to make your way forward in Argentina. You don't win in Argentina because of a smash or because of your speed. You win in Argentina because when you're 13, 14, you're doing your homework, you're doing your job. Otherwise, you will not go anywhere. And they have proved that they know how to make it. And they've also proven that they are ready for, I think, what the sport is turning into, which is a very fast-paced sport. People are getting physically stronger. Components in the rackets are helping, and the speed of the ball is helping to get this type of game. So they are really accomplishing all the things, But the reality is that the circuit, if you look through the whole year, a working year, they play in many different circumstances, scenarios, countries, different altitudes, different types of courts. We have seen that they have actually crashed on previous tournaments, on the last stages of the qualifying rounds, or even on the first stages of the qualifying rounds. So that shows that it's hard. I mean, they're doing very well, but on previous tournaments they've been crashing on qualifying rounds. So that shows that it's a very challenging and difficult sport because of these different circumstances.
Yes, you need more than just the speed and the smash.
Otherwise, you would not be there. I mean, you will not be there. You need to defend. You need to transition fast. You need a very sharp volley, and I think that this is where these guys are very good at. They're moving and they're anticipating very quick. They give that one extra step to the net very quick, and they are just ripping the volley, especially, I don't know if you saw, Patrick, these volleys that they play into the middle of the court with a lot of a slice that it feels like the ball is not bouncing up. It looks like an easy volley, but that volley is very difficult to accomplish with such a big backswing, So there is a lot of things behind the game. It's not only the smash, and it's not only how explosive you are. There's a lot more that is difficult to see, but there are fucking hell. There are sharks on the court. Yeah, you see how quick they like to take the challenge on the way forward. This is exactly the same as LeBron and Galán. This is the same as Arroyo is making. There are players that it takes for them one shot to make their way forward, you know. So this constantly puts a lot of pressure on the players, you know. Exactly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work that well, but the reality is that they're breaking these patterns of, no, I defend to then try to make a move forward. No, I mean, look at this, you know, I mean, it's just, it takes one bad shot and then you're dead. Ciao, ciao, kaput, you know, you're off the equation. So, I mean, look at that volley, you know, it doesn't come up off the wall no more than 10 centimeters. So to play a lob is impossible. No. But this type of players, the reality, the problem is that they back up at the speed of light, you know, so they have the possibility to play very close to the net. So you think lobbing should be easy. So even though you play a good lob, especially on Leo, that he moves back at the speed of light, in 1 second he's behind the line ready to crack it with the smash. So it makes it very, very stressful.
And even if the lob on the forehand side, he's there.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, don't forget this guy. How old is he? 18. 18. So they move forwards and backwards super, super quick. So you think, should I play a chiquita? And then he's there ready to crack it, to crank it, you know, to do the knack, the famous Swedish knack. And then, but then you play a lot behind the line, and he backs up, even if it's on the backhand on the forehand side. Look, and he still smashes, you know. So it's a very stressful way of playing, because you know you have 2 or 3 shots. No. If you don't nail it on the first 2 or 3 shots, the point is over. So it's breaking the rules of Padel is a game that you play long points, you play on defense, you play on transition. Yeah. These guys, they need one shot from the back, and then they move in, and they're in your face. So it stresses you a lot. It really stresses you to play against them.
As a coach, and what can you say if you're against these guys?
It's really, I mean, first of all, you have to be ready to survive for 2-3 low shots, knowing that if you play one more, they will keep closing the net, and then you're dead. So then it's about your capacity to lob them in the right way, especially, for example, what is the open space that you have on the forehand player on the corner. There you have like 1.5 square meter. If the lob goes there, then you make your way out. If the lob doesn't go there, then you're almost dead. Yeah. At this speed of the ball, of course. Let's not forget that Rioja, in this case, had the perfect circumstances for them to play well. Let's see what happens when they go to Alicante. Let's see what happens when they go to Barcelona. Let's see what happens when they go to the north of Spain, you know, where the situation is much slower. Then, of course, you cannot play that game. Exactly. Impossible. But as of now, it feels like it doesn't matter where you put the lob. Yeah. You're going to have a bullet.
And if you play low,
you know,
and if you play low, you're going to kill you.
If you play low for more than 2 shots in a row, they close the net and they kill you. Yeah. So it's a very stressing way of playing. That's why we saw guys like Tello, guys like Paquito. I mean, I think it's the tournament that we have seen that people have missed the most lobs. All the lobs that were going out, because you know that your margin to put the lob in is like 5 centimeters, because if it's shorter than that, you get killed. Yeah. So is it really what we want to see for the sport? If you ask me, I would say no. No, you miss many of the ingredients of the paddle, you know. But the reality is, it where the sport is going to, it is. So I believe that at some stage, the World Padel Tour is going to have to take some actions to make the game a little bit slower, or you're going to have to give, I don't know, 3 more meters to the paddle court, because, you know, on a 20x10, when you play with these people, it's like a constant bullet action match giving, you know. So it's
how do you expect the finals against Coello Tapia, who are also very aggressive, smashing players?
They're 4 psychopaths. I mean, you know what? If you ask me, when you put 4 psychopaths in a room, the best psychopath will win, you know? So who is the best psychopath for me? Coello. It's like a monster. But you are in that state of grace, you know, you're 2 young players playing in your hometown. nothing to lose, playing against the number ones, you know, because realistically, Juan and LeBron and Galan, they couldn't play, but it feels like Coello and Tapia are going to be the number ones sooner or later, you know, so it doesn't get better for them to play against Coello and Tapia. So if you ask me, it could all be very open, but the reality is that I think it will be, they have an advantage factor, Coello and Tapia, and Coello, I mean, in these sports, it's like you can't do anything, you know, you just put the ball low and he flies your head, you put the lob up and he flies your head. So it's like, what do you do? What do you do?
No, I don't know. It's fun. Maybe even if I would play on that court, maybe I could do 1 or 2 por tres, maybe.
No, you could do por tres, por cuatro, and por cinco, you know? It's like,
Vamos!
vamos.
I'm moving to Argentina now, let's go.
Exactly. We're living in the wrong country, you know, man? We should be there. I mean, and it makes it sound like Agustin Tapia is the one who puts the ball in, and Agustin Tapia is another psychopath, you know? But the reality is that when you have those other 3 players, especially Coello and Leo, they're very aggressive. They take very high risks. And also, let's not forget that this is a very stressing way of playing, you know? When you play with such a high intensity, things can go wrong very quick. You lose the confidence a little bit, and then you're facing a very different match. But as of now, they're living on this grace period that everything they touch is gold. So let's see. It's gonna be interesting to watch that final.
Well, thank you, Dani. I was just curious to hear your thoughts about the young gangsters, the young couple, and I think we will see them a lot in the future.
We will. You know, I was actually posting a few comments on certain people. The reality is that they're playing very well. I really want to see them play in courts where the pace is a little bit slower.
Yeah.
But because I know you can tell from a mile that they're going to struggle. But let's not forget that they are 18.
So young.
So what are these guys going to be capable to do when they are 23?
Exactly.
Nobody knows. They're gonna fly.
And I think it's also fun to realize that they are young kids. Maybe they don't have that much money. This is their ticket out of their hometown, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's now I think that in that case, Nox, the brand that they represent, they've done a very good job. They go to Argentina. It's almost like the Barcelona football club, you know. They go to Argentina, they go to Brazil,
scout.
They look for talent and they sponsor the talent, you know. They scout and it's their way forward for all these people. That if it wasn't because of the brands, they will not make their way out to Argentina. It's not only these 2 players in Argentina. There's hundreds of players that are not as good as them, but if you give them the right resources and opportunities, they will make it. But realistically, they say, you know what, I cannot afford going to Spain to play the tour around the world when my income is coming from Argentina. It's difficult. So there is a huge talent in the Argentinian youth, you know, that for sure one way or later, we will see it upcoming. We will see it rising.
A lot of fun. Interesting. Well, thank you, Dani, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Yeah, Patrick, take care.
Thank you.
We'll keep in touch, buddy. Bye.